There's a kind of magnetism that doesn't announce itself. It doesn't chase attention, and it doesn't demand to be seen. Yet people notice it immediately. Quiet magnetism isn't about being the loudest, the prettiest, or the most impressive person in the room. It's about the energy you carry, the way you move, respond, and hold yourself, even when no one is watching. In this video, we're talking about 7 feminine traits that make a woman quietly magnetic, not through effort, but through presence. As you listen, notice which ones you already embody and which ones feel like an invitation to soften into something deeper. Welcome in, everyone, and if you're ready to build your best, most feminine version of yourself, welcome to the Glow Up Blueprint. Trait number 1, comfort with silence. Quietly magnetic women are comfortable with silence. They don't rush to fill space, they don't over-explain, and they don't talk just to be noticed. In a conversation where there's a pause, they don't scramble for words. They let the silence breathe, and that silence draws people in. Silence creates contrast, and it makes others lean closer, not pull away. This is quiet magnetism, because silence signals self-containment. It says, I'm grounded within myself. So ask yourself, where in your life do you rush to fill space, either with words, explanations, or with nervous energy? What would happen if you allowed silence to exist for just a few seconds longer? Trait number 2, emotional self-possession. Quietly magnetic women feel deeply, but they don't leak emotionally. They don't broadcast every thought or feeling the moment it arises. They observe it first. When something upsets them, they don't react immediately. They pause, and they process internally before responding externally. This doesn't mean being cold or detached. It means having emotional boundaries. Quiet magnetism comes from this restraint because it creates a sense of mystery and safety at the same time. People feel that your emotions are intentional, not impulsive. So ask yourself, do you tend to process emotions internally before expressing them, or externally first? And how might your energy shift if you gave yourself more private emotional space? Trait number 3, unhurried movement. Quietly magnetic women move without rush. Their gestures are slower, their walk is unforced, and their movements feel deliberate, not reactive. Think of a woman who stands up calmly, gathers her things without scrambling, and exits a room without urgency. Nothing dramatic happens, yet her presence lingers. This is a quiet magnetism because rushing communicates scarcity. Slowness, on the other hand, communicates self-trust. You're telling the world, I'm not chasing anything. I'm already where I need to be. So ask yourself this question. Where in your daily life do you rush unnecessarily? What would change if you slowed your movements by just 10%? Trait number 4, selective openness. Quietly magnetic women are warm, but not overly accessible. They don't share everything with everyone, and they don't perform vulnerably on demand. Instead, they open up gradually, based on intuition and trust. They don't overshare personal struggles in early conversations. They allow others to earn deeper access to their inner world. This creates magnetism because people value what unfolds slowly. Depth feels more meaningful when it isn't given freely. Quiet magnetism lives in discernment, not distance. So ask yourself, do you tend to open up too quickly to feel connected, or hold back out of fear? And what would balanced openness look like for you? Trait number 5, internal validation. Quietly magnetic women don't fish for reassurance, and they don't constantly ask, is this okay? Do you think I did that right? Are you upset with me? Instead, they self-reference. Before seeking approval, they check in with themselves. Does this align with me? Does this feel right? This is magnetic because needing validation pulls energy outward. Self-validation pulls energy inward. And inward energy is grounding and attractive. People feel steadier around someone who trusts themselves. So ask yourself, when was the last time I looked inward for reassurance instead of outward? What decisions could you trust yourself with more fully? Trait number 6, non-performative femininity. Quietly magnetic women don't perform femininity. They aren't trying to be soft, they're not trying to be alluring, and they aren't curating themselves for approval. Their femininity occurs naturally. For example, they wear what feels good on their bodies and not what will get them the most attention. They speak naturally, not to be in a rehearsed tone. This creates quiet magnetism because authenticity relaxes others. There's no pressure to impress, just permission to exist. So ask yourself, where in your life do you perform instead of just existing? What would it feel like to simply be, without trying to be perceived in a certain way? Trait number 7, comfort being unobserved. This is the trait most people overlook. Quietly magnetic women are comfortable when no one is watching. They don't need an audience to feel valuable. They don't disappear when tension fades. They're just as grounded alone as they are in a room full of people. Their sense of self doesn't rise and fall based on being noticed. This is magnetic because people sense when someone's identity is internally anchored. Quiet magnetism is strongest when it's not trying to be seen. So ask yourself this question: who are you when no one is observing you? Do you feel at ease with your own presence? Quiet magnetism isn't something you add, it's something you remove. The rushing, the proving, and the over-explaining. As you integrate these traits, notice how your energy changes. Not louder, not bolder, but steadier, softer, and more self-contained. And that is what draws people in. If one of these traits resonated deeply, sit with it this week and let it unfold naturally.